What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is your main man, Juggernaut of multi-platinum production team, Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream. We're doing music reviews tonight. You know what I mean? We're doing music reviews tonight. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. If it's your first time here, make sure that you are like, commenting, and subscribing. Just make sure that you are liking the live, sharing the live, doing all the other good stuff. I'm about to jump into this thing, man. We're going to jump into these songs. We'll let some people to get into the live stream, start sharing. But like I said, if it's your first time here, I'm Juggernaut of multi-platinum production team, Arkatech Beatz. I'm a multi-platinum producer, songwriter. Been in the music business now for over 20 years. I've produced for everybody from the late, great Big Pun, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, Nas, Raekwon the Chef, Jadakiss, The Game, Killer Mike, who else? Freddie Gibbs, Max B, French Montana, and everybody in between. So, we're here tonight and we're getting it done. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. Shout out to everybody that has been submitting their songs into the live stream. We're going to jump into these records, start listening to some of these records, and see what it is. Cleats, what's up? Shout out to my usual suspects, my folks that be jumping into these live streams every night with me. Be rocking with me. So while we wait for some people to jump into the stream to kind of get the stream to warm up, man, we're going to play a little bit of music. Let's go. Make sure that we're liking the live, sharing the live. That helps the algorithm. We're doing live music reviews tonight. Crazy right now. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. Let's make sure folks are jumping into the live, man. We're getting ready to do some music reviews. We're getting ready to listen to some folks' music. I'm listening to beats and songs, of course. Last few nights have been, some music has been better than others. I'll admit that. Like, some has been better than others. It is what it is. So, we'll do what we do. But I encourage folks to, to take the time to really sharpen their skills here while they can do that. You know what I mean? I think that's probably the best bet in just trying to get folks to understand what's happening with the situation. Kev, DJ Vapor, thank you for your gift, brother. Appreciate you. And I think what happens if you've been watching my streams, you know that's really what we've been really looking to do is just really to help people to improve. Some people are here for that. Some people aren't here for that. Some people are here for the entertainment value of it. I understand it. But let's make sure that we're liking and we're sharing the live. About to get started in another maybe 5 minutes. And we'll be on for approximately about an hour. It's free to submit. Skip is a priority if you listen to. Super skip, guarantee that I'll listen to it and, give you some music, some more in-depth feedback. This beat is called Heavy on the Wrist. Guess who's gonna get that? Music, what up? We about to get this live music review started in a few minutes. Just playing y'all some tracks. Make sure y'all check out that Coke Wave 3.5. Max B, French Montana, featuring production from Arkatech Beatz. Max B, $1 Million Baby 4, February 25th. Production by Arkatech Beatz. They in Greece. Let's go. If y'all know, y'all know. Shout out Max B, French Montana. This joint here is called Heavy on the Wrist. Can you guess who got this one? Let's go. Shout out Richie Stone Cold. What up, bro? This be one of those times where I wish that I could rap, man. Uncle Bucci, what up? This is when I wish that I was still rapping, you know what I'm saying? That I could, you know, bless the world with my vocals so that y'all could hear what it is that I got to offer to the rap world. Well, we about to jump into these music reviews in 2 minutes. We about to jump in. Like I said, we're going to be on for approximately an hour. And like I said before, you know, it's free to submit. You know, Skip will help you to skip the line. Anything super skip or above will guarantee you get listened to tonight. So, you know, we're gonna move it. We're gonna move it and groove it. We're gonna make sure we do it how we gotta do it. We're gonna start taking some listening to this stuff. Let's see what we got. All right, on this first joint that we're gonna do tonight. Joint called Dead or Alive by G Babel. Hopefully he's in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to give people some time to, you know, log in, you know. I know sometimes. He said, start spitting again. Yeah, I talked to Mike about that. I said, yo, you know, we got to develop an act. You know what I mean? So I think we need to develop an act, but you know, that's just my thought on it. But I'm listening to this joint. It's called Dead or Alive. Y'all can see the person on the screen. If y'all like the person on the music and you see their name on the screen, give them a follow. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see their IG on here, Double G Music. So you can kind of take a listen to that if you like what you hear, or whatever. So make sure you give folks a listen to give folks a follow if you like what they're doing on their joint, you know what I mean?
Heard the police want him dead or alive. He just want a ball, DA got him courtside. Michael Jackson diamonds, I remember the times when it was looking ugly for the kid, but I'm fine. Walking through the jungle, I got snakes on my shoes. Bloody bottoms on these Christian loops. They don't know what we've been through. I'ma hustle every day like rent do. Made another love song, but I don't feel love. Took another Percocet, but I don't feel numb. All this pain, feel it running through my blood. Designer drugs, I've been running through my plug. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stack it to the ceiling. Ran with my feelings. Move like a boss and keep them people at your business. The bro put a partner in, he asking for forgiveness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He shoot that raptor like Brandon Ingram, he from the waist. Yeah, yeah, yeah. New micro minis come from Toronto, we call them Drakes. Like we play for Miami Heat, we got a lot of fire. Interrogation, my co-defendants ain't like a quiet. If he want solid in his case, we can't see eye to eye. If that boy go and take the stand, that mean he gotta die. I raised my right hand on the oath, but I still had to lie. I'm with the mob and with no suit, but I still had a tie. They said you in a better place, but I still had to cry. I'm reminiscing on my dog while you say goodbye. Heard the police want him dead or alive. He just want a ball, DA got him courtside. Michael Jackson diamonds, I remember the times when it was looking ugly for the kid, but I'm fine. Walking through the jungle, I got snakes on my shoes. Bloody bottoms on these Christian loops. They don't know what we've been through. I'ma hustle every day like rent due. Made another love song, but I don't feel love. Took another Percocet, but I don't feel numb. All this pain, feel it running through my blood. Designer drugs, I've been running through my plug.
Yo, this track is really, it's a good track, man. It's just overloaded. Boy, Swagger, this is actually live, man. That's why I labeled it the replay, man. You can see the replay. The replay got a thumbnail and all of that. The replay is definitely different than the live, you know what I'm saying? The live is going to be 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? The live is going to be 8 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, brother, for jumping in. This is Dead or Alive by G Babel. I sort of like this. I just feel like the music is overloaded. Oh, it's all good, man. Listen, man, don't let the trolls get you going, man. Folks be on here trolling, man. And some of the replays, some of the music got muted for copyright. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do about that. So I know some people like, hey, the music, yeah, you know. People are tripping. You know what I mean? If they read the screen and they read the description, I clearly state that it's a replay, and I say that basically, you know, the real joint is gonna be at 8 o'clock East daily. But this joint here, I like that. There's a few things here. I like the way this music is transitioning. I just don't feel like this song is mixed good.
Heard the police want him dead or alive. He just want a ball, DA got him courtside. Michael Jackson diamonds, I remember the times when it was looking ugly for the kid, but I'm fine. Walking through the jungle, I got snakes on my shoes. Bloody bottoms on these Christian loops. They don't know what we've been through. I'ma hustle every day like rent due. Made another love song, but I don't feel love. Took another Percocet, but I don't feel numb. All this pain, feel it running through my blood. Designer drugs, I've been running through my plug. Yeah. Stack it to the ceiling, ran with my feelings. Move like a boss and keep them people at your business. The bro put a...
Yeah, and I feel like he's like spot on, like in terms of the I feel like he's spot on in terms of like his, like, you know, it's very telling to hear someone that's actually writing the melody of their hook to what's going on in the music, right? And he's following the music to make his melody match that, and I think that helps to bring it out. Big Riz, what up, man? Thank you for the gift, brother. Shout out to you. I think when I listen to it and I hear that, and I'm like, okay, what can make this better? You know, what would make it better? In my brain, what makes this better is if we work with the engineer in making sure that this hook stands out. Like, what happened to, you know, getting the hook to stand out? What happened to, you know, us accenting certain words, doubling certain words, and ad-libbing on the thing to make the hook more pronounced, right? To make it feel more full, right? And it doesn't have to be doubled throughout, but just certain words just to drive home the melody and or the song, you know, the song lyrics, you know, on certain parts. Because I think that's there. And if we can get this mix, to where the bass isn't so hot and it's not overloading, and his vocal we can get his vocal to sit nicely on top of the track, I think he has something that he can work with here.
Yeah. He shoot that raptor like Brandon Ingram, me from the waist. Yeah. New micro minis come from Toronto, we call them Drakes. Like we play for Miami Heat, we got a lot of fire. Interrogation, my co-defendants ain't like a choir. If he want solid in his case, we can't see eye to eye. If that boy go and take the stand, that mean he got.
And then I think this rap needs to move up, because this part right here where he's not rapping, it's like kind of...
He shoot that raptor like Brandon Ingram, he from the waist. Yeah. New micro minis come from Toronto, we call them Drakes.
There's too much space right there. I think after the hook, he should have went right back into rapping a little bit.
Like we play for Miami Heat, we got a lot of fire. Interrogation, my co-defendants ain't like a choir. If he want solid in his case, we can't see eye to eye. If that boy go and take the stand, that mean he gotta die. I raised my right hand on the oath, but I still had to lie. I'm with the mob and with no suit, but I still had a tie. They said you in a better place, but I still had to cry. I'm reminiscing on my dog while you say goodbye. Heard the police want him dead or alive. He just want a bow, DA got him courtside. Michael Jackson diamonds, I remember the times when it...
Michael Jackson diamonds, I remember the time. That's a slick line, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get a little bit of a star. You gotta get a star here, man. Cause he definitely got. He got.
It was looking ugly for the kid, but I'm fine. Walking through the jungle, I got snakes on my shoes. Bloody bottoms on these Christian loops.
The bloody bottoms, man. It's the Louboutin.
They don't know what we've been through. I'ma hustle every day like rent due. Made another love song, but I don't feel love. Took another Percocet, but I don't feel numb. All this pain, feel it running through my blood. Designer drugs, I've been running through my plug.
So how is there so many people in the queue? Hey, man, I'm that guy, bro. I don't understand what you understand, man. Shout out to French Montana and Max B, man. Coke Wave 3.5 out now, man. Featuring production by yours truly, man. Come on, man. That's why they in the queue, man. Relax, man. You know what time it is. Yo, let's go, man. $1 Million Baby 4 Max B, man, coming out next week, man. What's that? February 25th, man. We produced half the album, man. Be clear, man. We are here, okay? We're here like we never left, you know? Shout out to G Babel on this joint, man. I like it. I gave my feedback on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like this joint for real, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he got something. If he can just fix that mix, like I said, and then just change the little nuances here and there in terms of where his vocals is laying, and then also just making sure that we're like making the hook stand out a little bit more, then we be doing what we got to do. You know what I mean? So I like to hear songs like this. Pardon. I like to hear songs like this because it shows me that there are artists out here that are still listening. There are artists out here that are practicing. There are artists out here that are making sure that their music is, you know, gearing up to sound better, you know, over time. I think this is one of those testaments, not the one people like slapping stuff together, you know. But, you know, I like that. I like it a lot. It's definitely doing what it got to do. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream, that's submitting their songs. You know, we are going to be doing this nightly to 8 p.m. I'm not sure for how long. You know, like I said, this album drops next week, and then I made a pandemonium take off from there. You know, so, you know, we're the demand is high. I just want people to be clear on that right there. So, you know, I will be dedicating a lot more time to my folks that are in the Future Producer Society. Shout out to my producers that are jumping into the community, that are looking to learn the music business and are looking to sharpen their music sword. So shout out to those guys. And for those producers who want to join, make sure that you are jumping in. Future Producer Society, make sure you're doing that. So that you can, school.com, Future Producer Society, if you're looking to, you know, get your game up, this is the place to do it. And this is where you can learn and get all the information and then be around folks that are doing like you're doing. Because iron will sharpen iron. Trust me when I tell you. For folks who are looking to submit their songs, make sure you submitted a link on the screen, right? I'm about to jump into this next joint. I'm going to be on here for approximately maybe an hour if we're lucky, right? So let's see what happens here. This next joint is called Here I Am, produced by Spaceboy. Make sure y'all see the if y'all see the socials. If you like what you hear, man, make sure y'all show those folks some love, man. They're submitting their songs for public scrutiny. This is the hardest thing to do. Trust and believe. Being in front of people running your mouth or making people hear your music is tough. Kaz Productions in the building. What up, bro? Shout out to my guys. Y'all ready? Let's go. This joint is called Here I Am, produced by Spaceboy. Let's jump into it. This is hard to listen to because, you know, from a technical standpoint, right? Let's say from a technical standpoint, you know, with the drum and the drum program and everything sounds pretty tough. But he got the samples as if it's warping. You know, like how you got a record player that's not playing at the right speed, or it got a broken belt. And it's kind of like it's slowing down in certain places and speeding up at certain places. It's not keeping the right key. Something like this is impossible for anybody to rap on. It's impossible for anybody to add on any vocals on it because it doesn't stay in key. And it's hard to listen to because it's not staying in the key. The producer at this point has to decide if they want the song, where they want the choir to stay. If they want the choir to say, you know, if they want the choir to stay in tune, you're gonna have to pick a key. You know what I mean? Because I think this is kind of intentional that he kind of wants it to go up and down, but this is a wrong approach. You know, you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one note, bro, and you gotta make everything go with that note, and you gotta stay there. If you're making it go up and down, and then you're trying to make all your instruments follow that, that's a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? And that's not just a nightmare for us as the listener. That's going to be the nightmare for everybody that wants to rap on it. Anybody that want to sing on it, that's going to be a nightmare. So you definitely going to have to, you know, figure out how you want to get this to go. But I'll go even a step further, right? My guys, say for example, you got this sample like this and it's not doing what you want it to do. You got this shit, you got it going like this, you listen to it like it ain't doing what you got to do. You take the acapella and you run it into Suno. You dig? And then you run it into Suno. You put the lyrics in, right? You could damn near sing the melody yourself over your beat and say, hey, you want a choir, and you can sing it, and you get the same shit, but it'll be in key and everything else with it. Like why are we battling, trying to keep these things in tune and all of that stuff, and you ain't got to do it like that? Like, you guys ain't not using y'all technology, and I'm the old guy here. I'm the old head, and I'm telling you what you're supposed to be doing with your technology to the young people. So, you know, come on, man. Let's really, like, this type of stuff again, man. I don't really like to hear it. Like, I don't like to hear this type of stuff because it makes me feel like we're not trying to do things legitimately. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shouldn't be. We shouldn't be in a situation where our stuff is out of tune, bro. It's just too many tools. There's just too many tools, too many indicators, too many things to tell us what the tune is. So for us to have music that's out of tune, nah, bro, that can't fly. You know what I'm saying? You can go basically online. You can download a pitch chart that shows you what chord goes with what chord, what note goes with what note. Then you have everything inside your MPC that's going to give you where the key is at. You can make all your instruments follow that same key. You could change it. And that same thing for FL Studio, same thing for Serato, same thing for Ableton. Like, there's just no excuse. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear it, you know, it's very frustrating to hear that because it's like, yo, what are we really trying to do? And then we can't really pass that off to think that people are going to say, hey, they're going to get the idea. You're not supposed to give them the situation where it's like you trying to say, okay, you want them to finish your idea. Like, you can't get it to fly that way. You have to kind of get it as close to completion as possible before we even pitch it to anybody, right? You can't expect to do 40% of the work and then say, okay, I'm gonna expect the artist to take the rest of the heavy lifting. Nah, bro. Not in this day and age. If that joint ain't coming close, pause, to like almost ready for radio, these guys ain't listening to that shit. I'm telling you that right now. Like, if your joints ain't coming out sounding like they're ready to go on the radio right now, and you got a lot of work ahead of you, bro. You know, so I'm just giving you the game on it, man. Space Boy, man, reach out, man. Get into society, man, so we can get you right, man. This right here, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. You know what I'm saying? Making sure y'all tuning in at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is where it's going to be the live. And then, of course, the replay is going to be, you know, playing concurrently. And I decided to put the replay out there just to make the awareness go. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Just some more awareness. You know, have something running so we can have some more awareness out there. Nothing too crazy. But shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream and submitting their records. I'm about to jump into another joint in a second. I gotta fix my ears after that. Yo, shout out to everybody in the live, man. Max B, $1 Million Baby 4 next week. Needless to say, I'm very excited about that. Shout out to everybody jumping into the live, man. guys, man. Love me a vocal sample, man. Gotta love yourself the vocal samples, man. Oh, my man Unique was in the building. I just missed him. Shout out to my brother Unique, man. I ain't seen him in a minute, man. Brooklyn in the building. Oh, you checked out that Bob's Burger? Yeah, that joint was hot, man. Yeah, yo, that was a heat rock last night. Like, listen, man. There are some joints that we have listened to here. There are some joints that we've listened to that have a ton of potential, right? Ton of potential. And, you know, folks got to understand this like this. Your music is only going to go as far as you push it. Let me repeat that. Your music is only going to go as far as you push it in 2026 and beyond. Don't believe the bullshit about viral hits and all that shit. It's bullshit. It's kind of like, you know, like Jeffrey Epstein winning the lottery, right? This stuff is all fabricated, man. So the only thing that you can depend on in 2026 is the work that you do to get people to see and hear you. All right? Now, what does that look like, Jug, in 2026? Like, what does that look like? It looks like you making music. You got to find a cadence to make music consistently, to make sure that you got music being built daily, weekly, monthly, whatever your cadence going to be. But you got to make sure that you build an active catalog. You got to make sure that you're getting better with your music, whether that just be beats, instrumentals, or, you know, full finished songs, whatever that looks like. And you got to put it out, right? And then you got to promote it, right? You got to promote it. And that's the end of that. It doesn't matter who you are. It don't matter how big you think your following is. You got to promote this shit. I'm telling you, like, there's nothing else that you can do if you don't promote it. You have to promote it. They're not going to know it's there. Remember what's happening with the algorithms now. The algorithms are closing. They're no longer wanting to show your content directly to your followers anymore, right? That's been the play. The play is not to really show things to your followers. It's to always continually showing it to new people who may or may not be interested in it. Right? You would think that you have a whole bunch of followers that the algorithm would send it to all of your followers. It does not do that. Right? Because then it would make the platform or would make the person who has the largest amount of followers too powerful. So they've removed that kind of construct. So even if you have a ton of followers and you think that they're watching what you're posting, you're wrong. Most cases they don't even see it. If they're not directly dialed in, getting notifications for everything that you post, folks ain't seeing that. So for the guys that are putting out a lot of music and the music that I'm listening to and I'm giving you guys that feedback and you guys are fixing it, listen, you guys got to get busy. You got to make sure that you're creating this content. You got to make videos for these songs. You got to make memes for these songs, pictures for these songs. Like, you got to stay so active on this social media. Like, it's no joke. It's no joke. And I'm telling y'all that as a legacy guy before all of this stuff. And I'm telling you that you got to do it. All right? So if anybody should be more against doing this stuff, it should be guys like me who are older, who just want things to go back to the way that they were. We don't want it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want things to go back to so that we can just, you know, everything is promoted by the label and you have anonymity and all that other good stuff. That stuff is gone, man. It's like you sound like a dinosaur trying to get it back to that. So I need folks to make sure that they're promoting their music. Like, this is important. It's critical. Like, you got to promote this music, man. If you're not doing that, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is terrible. Like, for you to have these songs and don't promote them. There's a bunch of songs that I would love to hear on a larger scale, but they got to promote it. All right, before I play this looks sussy right here. If I never seen a sussy cover, that look like real sus. This is called what? Yeah, this even this title looks sussy. Creation story. Says I'm a pop music from Cape Town, South Africa. Produce all his music in the bedroom. This is a single from his upcoming EP. Artificial. I'm releasing this year. It explores this, that, the third. Images. Gothic EP. He wrote a whole book here. From Jupiter Bird. Now, hopefully this isn't any AI, but let's listen to it. Let's see how it sounds.
Who's that? Imagine there from the grass. Imagined and who's this? Who lies here behind the cloth? Pantomime body of parasitic bites. They must have given me astral sight, vessel for the abundance of light. Caught myself buying only tech with my money, and now I'm typing out prisons in this posture country.
Coach, what up?
This is the green field that goes on forever. Within a flight to build anything, so we build ourselves. In the desert of the real, the flesh and the bones both my eyes closed. They haven't opened, virgin throat, it's never spoken. I lay inside the translucent agonized over how those bits built me better, and now I'm writing about the undead as they tighten the tether.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. This doesn't seem to be going in a particular direction. It seems to be kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like you're getting into the studio and you're just kind of like, yo, let's just jump on the beat, and let's let the beat just do whatever it wants to do, and then we'll sing whatever comes to our brain. And listen, I mean, if it's like psychedelic kind of vibe music that you're just trying to get high to, you see what I'm saying? Like, I said psychedelic. You said, thank God I don't do mushrooms. Like, that's what it seemed like. You know what I mean? Like, it just seemed like this, even to the cover. The cover is like, a cover of, the thing just looks psychedelic. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like it's, like I'm just going to be going all over the place. and then it's not where it needs to be musically. You know what I mean? It doesn't have an outstanding melody, doesn't have outstanding lyrics. It's inaudible. You can barely hear what the lyrics are saying. You know what I'm saying? So let's remove our personal taste from it, right? Let's go there. Right? Let's remove our personal taste from the whole thing, right? Let's take that out of the box. Right? Say for example, it's not about me not liking the record. I can't hear the lyrics, right? To me, it's inaudible. It feels like the music is too low. It feels like it's not mixed properly. It feels like it's not mastered properly, right? Feels like the production is disjointed, right? And this is how I want to make sure that guys are, if anybody tends to or wants to clip this and say, okay, what is he talking about in terms of music review? He just likes rap music. All right, let's remove that. Right? Or he just does this type of music. Let's remove that. Let's just talk about the technical aspect of this record as to why it may or may not fly. Right? And those are the technical things. Right? And the technical things are, like we said, we look with it's not mixed properly. The vocals are inaudible. Right? The music is kind of, in and out. And it's continually changing, which kind of doesn't give us a chance to get into a particular vibe, right? And then the melody and the music to me don't really marry well. Now that can be subject to interpretation, but from my professional tenure in this game, I don't think that's it. So. Thank you for submitting, but yeah, this ain't really it tonight. You know what I mean? This ain't it tonight. So we doing music reviews, people. Make sure you're submitting your songs. Nah, this isn't to the max. This is my track. I haven't started playing that song yet, bro. I haven't played that track yet. I'm just, sometimes after I hear a song in our chat and it sounds so crazy, after I play something, I review something, I have to get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? So I sometimes gotta just play a track in between or a song in between, and I know folks be like, yo, yeah, I gotta do it. My brain, sometimes I'll be like, yo, that I gotta get my mojo back, you know what I mean? Like, this is hard, don't get me wrong. Like, folks think it's easy to sit here and this is hard, man, because I want to give constructive feedback. I don't want to turn it into a teardown session. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my main thing. I don't want to turn them into teardown sessions, and I don't want to ever tell anybody not to pursue their dreams, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think all of us have to have a certain level of delusion to do this. So at the end of the day, we don't want to become dream killers. We want to become people that are giving you constructive ways and strategies to get forward. That's coming out next week, man. February 25th. For my producers, man, make sure y'all are jumping into the school community. You know, I'm putting that back on the screen for y'all for my producers that are interested in, you know, like I said, learning the music business and getting their situation tighter. I can tell you this: give this community a year, and this will probably be one of the strongest and most educated and most technically sound producer communities on the planet. I can guarantee that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to deliver all of the goods. So for those for those that are into it, let's go. You know what I mean? For those who are submitting their songs, make sure you hit the link in there. Keons, what's up? I'm gonna jump into this one last review for this evening. Appreciate you, man. We did that in the live stream, man. That's the crazy thing about the production live streams, man. And it speaks volumes about, like I try to tell my folks in the producer community, man. It's about that consistency and making sure that you're just showing up to make that music. Because had we not did that live stream run, when we did that live stream run, a lot of the music that you're gonna hear is this live stream run. You know what I'm saying? And if guys go back and look through our music production live streams, you're gonna find a lot of these beats that are landing right now. We did all of those joints in the live, real time, cooked up right on the MPC. No filter, no chase, no bullshit. People get to see exactly what it is. You know what I mean? So people gotta get busy, man. So we're about to jump into this next joint we're gonna listen to for tonight. If anybody is looking to jump into to get listened to tonight, now is the time to submit a skip. If you're trying to do that before I get out of here, like I said, I do have limited time, so skips will be priorities moving forward. Skips and super skips will be priority, so those are guaranteed to listens as this queue continues to grow. Because now that this queue is going to grow. I give it another week or so that this queue is going to be out of control, and it's going to just be really to the point where if folks are, in order to get heard, I think it's going to be a situation where you're going to have to really look to skip, because ain't going to be no way to go through all of these songs. You know what I mean? So just put that out there. This joint is called To The Max by, what's that, Dadio, a.k.a. John Bugsby. These names, man. But what am I to say about it, right? I call myself the Juggernaut, right? So what can I say? "18 years is spun off." Listen, he wanted to, that's Wiz Khalifa's dream collaboration. You know that, right? I hope you guys realize that's Wiz Khalifa's dream collaboration.
It's life, nigga. Came a long way from dabbling the white, nigga. Just like coke off the boat. Blanco, two straps dope in the lap. Head honcho, cruise around the town flicking ashes off the black smoke. Listening to Max, my bitch got tattoos on the ass. The cash flow slow when you got bad blowers. Bagging up the work while she like, don't be an asshole. And I ain't mad though. I'm feeling trigger happy, might go have to blast folks. Bum ass boys popping, I keep the mad close. It's yelling, keep feeding me. And you don't know how much it mean to me. To let it blow, you know I fuck up the scenery. So play close, nigga. Shit ain't gotta be hickory for you to get smoked, nigga. Man, this shit ain't no joke, nigga. This ain't for no lame niggas. This ain't for no broke niggas. Never heard of the porch. I been had flames, nigga. Bars lit up the torch. Of course, nigga. Boss nigga moving fucking thoughts. I bought light to shit. better. Take Mac, better. Take shit.
Hold on, folks. I'm having technical difficulty. I don't know if people are like really listening to this joint. If y'all are y'all listening to this? Like this joint is really tough.
Yeah.
Right, this joint is really tough. Like, right? And hold on.
It's life, nigga. Came a long way from dabbling the white, nigga. Just like coke off the boat. Blanco, two strapped dope in the lap. Head honcho, cruise around the town flicking ashes off the black smoke. Listening to Mac, my bitch got tattoos on the ass. The cash flow slow when you got bad blow. Bitch bagging up the work wrong, she like don't be an asshole. And I ain't mad though, I'm feeling trigger happy, might go have to blast folks. Bum ass boys popping, I keep the mad close. It's yelling, keep feeding me. And you don't know how much it mean to me. To let it blow, you know I fuck up the scenery. So play close, nigga, shit ain't gotta be hickory for you to get smoked, nigga. Man, this shit ain't no joke, nigga. This ain't for no lame nigga. This ain't for no broke niggas. Never heard of the porch. I been had flames, nigga. Bars lit up the torch. Of course, a boss nigga moving fucking thoughts. I bought light to this shit. The rap Bob Ross, nigga. Talk. You know that I want you, babe. You know that I want you, babe. You know that I need you. You know that I need you. It's like I gotta have it. Like I gotta have it. That's why I'm always weeding. Let's take the shit to the max. Let's take the shit to the max, baby. While I'm bumping this max. While I'm bumping this max, baby. Take the shit to the max, baby. Take the shit to the max. While I'm bumping this max, baby. While I'm bumping this max.
Yeah. He said, let's take it to the max while he's bumping the max. You know what it means. Shout out to the wave, man. Look, I feel like he had a dope hook. He needed to move. He needed to throw that hook early up in the record and get us another verse on it. I like that. And then I think also on this is that his mix could be better. Like he could get that if we could get that mix on top of that track. Like you need to be on top of that beat, like right on top. Man. He's spitting that spit. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just the vibe is there. The cadence is there. The aura is there. You hear it. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear that, like, you know what I mean? Like this is a winning combination for this type of music. Right? This is a winning combination for this type of music, man. We're gonna be listening to stuff like this forever. You know what I'm saying? So, I gotta find this cat. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean. Like I like how he sound on this. You know what I'm saying? And look, this is basic boom bap. You know what I'm saying? And he's singing on the joint like Max. Yo, man. Yo, I never realized so many people. I didn't realize like. I knew that people were inspired by Max. I just didn't know it was that many artists that really, really, really was inspired by Max B. I didn't really understand. I didn't get it until I start seeing the collaboration list start coming through. Like the amount of artists that want to collab with him. I'm just like, wow. Like I didn't even know that this guy listened to this guy like this. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, this is a real testament to what he's been able to do in this business. And, you know, it's a blessing to come home after 18 years and to have this type of motion. It's like, it's incredible to watch. And I'm just thankful to be part of this experience because I did not know that I did not know that Why You Do That would become, the classic that it's become for a lot of people, because every time someone uses the sound, I get a notification. So say for example in TikTok, if there's 100 people that use the sound, I get 100 notifications, right? If there's 1,000 people that use the sound, I get 1,000 notifications. And I'm seeing how it's just being part of people getting dressed, they doing a video to the song. People going out to the stage doing a video to the song. How did he end up with it? Because we put that as it was part of a beat CD that we were given to Jim Jones. Remember, those guys were moving and grooving at that time, so we decided to jump in and try to, we wanted to work with Jimmy, and we had set up some time to go meet him at Quad. Mike had set the time up to go meet him, but he was running late, and he wound up giving that disc to Max. And then the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to remember, now this beat has been through a lot of people's hands. You know what I'm saying? Like by the time Max got it, this beat was maybe about 4 or 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So by the time Max got it, and this is like 07, right? So Max got it, he records it. He performing it on Summer Jam stage. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't even really know until, one of AZ's people called us and was like, "Yo, this y'all beat, man. Y'all had this on AZ's, the tape that y'all gave to AZ for Beats, and it's bubbling in New York." Because I had just came to Atlanta in 08. I just moved to Atlanta in 08. Me and Mike had decided to rebrand after doing all of the Nas and doing all of the Wu-Tang stuff, and we saw that the South was surging, and me and Mike was coming down here, and we started to experience the phenomenon of Shorty Low. Rest in peace to Shorty Low. We started coming out here to Atlanta clubs and started to just see the vibe, the crime mob and the scrappy and everything. And we started to just see it. And it felt like 90s New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was going around in New York City as a teenager, going to the tunnel and going to the, to the Fever and the Muse and going to these places, just trying to get a vibe and, trying to find my hip hop, it was feeling like that here in Atlanta. And I'm like, man, the surge in here. It's starting to surge. So we made the decision that I was going to move. Mike was going to maintain the New York side. I was going to move to Atlanta to build out our Atlanta catalog. And that's when we started to be managed by Shorty Low's manager. Shout out to Johnny Cabela at the time. And the record was out. The Max record was out. And Johnny gave him a call and was like, "Yo, what's up with the record? What's going on?" Max like, "Well, it's just a promo." Not knowing that he was going through the legal problem. And then, boom, he gets sentenced. Like, not even a few months later, like he was sentenced. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then everything just kind of went silent for a little while. And then, we were still trying to, free Max, and we was giving out people, letting people know that we did it. But then the best thing started to happen was he wound up getting a different deal with a different company, and then they started putting out a lot of his catalog. And our record just kept bubbling, we just kept promoting it. And then we started to get in contact with him. Shout out to Ty Black. Because Ty Black started to connect us to him in prison. And, we started to kind of go back and forth, and then that's how we really started to get him some of the music that you're going to hear $1 Million Baby for, right? So there are like 1 or 2 songs that he recorded when he was in prison, right? So he recorded like there's a song named Superman. He recorded that in prison. And then Me Too actually is a song that he recorded in prison that we never heard, right? But he always told us that he did it on that beat. He always told us that he did it. And then when he came home, he decided to redo it. And then when French heard it, French was like, "It's undeniable, I got to get on it." And then they wind up throwing it on Coke Wave. Like, we didn't even know it was going to be on Coke Wave. Like, we knew that was going to be on $1 Million Baby 4. We didn't know it was going to be on Coke Wave 3.5. Shout out to French. French just heard it and just said, nah. And French got that ear. French got a golden ear. I don't know if you guys realize that, but shout out to French Montana. He got a golden ear. And he knows he got a real good grip on what's what and a good pulse on what's happening in music right now. So, shout out to him, shout out to Max, and all that other good stuff. And then once we did, we had bought that beat was one of the first beats that we bought to Max when we went to go see him in New York. So when we went to go see him in New York, that was like one of the first beats that we played for him, and he just wanted that off the rip. He heard it, he's like, I need that. You know what I'm saying? So Mike saw him on a Tuesday. He said he needed. Mike called me and said, yo, you got to get up to New York. I said, all right, boom. I got up there the next day. I get on the next flight, or the next day I jump up on there. And then we see him on Thursday. He's like, yo, I need that record. He's like, all right, cool. We get him the record. And then, he wanted to get it over to Wiz. Shout out to Apex, who's our manager now. What I hope to see them do a joint tape. You know what I'm saying? I think a Max and a Wiz tape would be phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta just see how it plays itself out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta see how it plays itself out. I know cats can't wait for that, yo. Make sure your cats are jumping into our producer community for those who are looking to learn. I'm trying to do something that really hasn't been done on this type of scale. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to do it in a way that's not fluffy. I don't want it to be fluff, and I want to make sure that guys are really going to get real value out of what we're trying to do, because this type of stuff is different. And like I said, we want to do real time case study. I want people to understand what went into getting some of these records, moved. Some of it is serendipity. Some of it is a little bit of luck. But at the end of the day, you have to think about like this. If I wasn't going live, I would have never made that beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it. That's what I'm trying to let cats understand. Like, if I didn't make the conscious effort to show up on the live stream, because I never have done that before. I've never produced in front of people. I've never done that, right? Like, what I'm saying? Outside of some artists, you know what I mean? But we rarely have to cook up in the studio with artists. We've only done that maybe with Raekwon, RZA, and with Prodigy and Mobb Deep and Nas. You know what I'm saying? But we really had the chance to really cook up in front of guys. Like, we really had the chance, never really had the chance to really do it like that. A lot of times, a lot of our music is already done, and you know what I mean? We may add on after the fact. Pun too. I'm sorry, we had to cook up some stuff for Pun. But outside of that, I never really was one to want to, show people the internal part of my process. I didn't never want to do that, because, as a producer, sometimes you would feel like, you're training your competition, because you really are, you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, it's like everybody really does become a competitor. If you think about it, if we're trying to get under the same projects and the same things, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of the apprehension comes for a lot of guys who don't really want to show guys the inside of the process, because they feel like, you're training your competition or you're training your replacements. But in my mind, I don't feel like that. In my mind, I feel like I'm giving guys, a different game to do something, different. What's for me is for me, and what's going to be for you is for you. You know what I mean? That's for God, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I could, you know what I'm saying? Results vary. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that you can do, that can make that can take from you or take from me. There's enough out here for everybody, and I think that's part of the problem that we're having, and it's kind of this crab in the barrel mentality, and I'm trying to get away from that. So I want guys to join the community. I want guys to chop it up in the community. I want guys to, learn from each other, but also, I want to be I'm going to be at the helm of it, and I'm going to be showing folks what I got to show folks. And like I said, real-time case study, man. Because on this $1 Million Baby 4, we're in it for 10 records. You know what I'm saying? And some of these records you heard, the majority of them you heard, so But that's my session for tonight as far as the live music reviews. Make sure y'all are jumping into the music producer, the Future Producer Society if you haven't already done that. If you guys are looking to get music reviewed, you know, I would tell you to submit it. Like I said, I'm going to be running this concurrent stream and stuff, so of the replays. Listen, dang, pasta and heartburn, man. So I've been running these concurrent streams, so I expect this queue to get very large over the next few weeks, and you know, it's going to start coming down to, you know, there's going to be a time crunch, so you know, only certain joints are going to get listened to at certain times. You know what I mean? So, you know, just put yourself out there, put yourself in the best position to win. That's all I'll say. Put yourself in the position to win. Put yourself in the position to be heard. You know, and in the words of Debbie Allen, you said you want fame, well, sometimes fame costs. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? For those who are old enough to remember that. But I'm going to get out of here. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe.